Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is having a great day. I hope y'all had a great weekend. Well, as you can see, we're going to be starting the Oriental Tulip, and we're starting right up in this area. And the color that I'm using is 606 Red. Yeah, so why not, right? It's been a 14 count weekend. It seems like all I stitched on was something that was 14 count. I did a little bit of stitching on the Beast and a little bit on Riverside. But other than that, I got some progress on Amsterdam. I worked with it for a while. And what else did I work on? Oh, the cat and the cat and the fish. That's what it says, cat and fish. So, yeah, I just felt like working on 14 count. So that's how that all transpired. But I did make some progress on the Beast. But, for the most part, I stitched all day, what was it, Saturday? On Amsterdam, pretty much. Oh, I did put a couple colors into Riverside. But, yeah, I was just having a good old time with the 14 count and just kept with it. So, what have you guys been working on? Are you getting close to finishing something? I'd like to hear about somebody finishing something. Yeah, it just seems like I do never-ending stitching and just keep rotating the projects around so that nothing really ever gets finished. So yesterday we had my granddaughter's birthday party. My daughter fixed pork chops and mashed potatoes and gravy for dinner. You know, I told her to do something simple. Well, it decided it was going to snow, so the hamburgers on the grill were kind of out of the way. So that didn't happen. Yeah, it was snowing right down. It only snowed maybe an inch while I was at my daughter's house. And then when I got home, now mind you, I live like 5 minutes from her house, but she's up closer to the mountain than I am. So when I got home, there was barely any snow on the ground there at all. So I was thrilled sick, so it can just keep doing that, you know. So we'll see what happens today. They did actually, yesterday afternoon, put out a winter weather advisory until 6 o'clock in the morning today, so we'll see. But it's all slushy snow, so we don't have to worry, you know, about it sticking and staying for days, months, and years like you would in December. This had a whole bunch of so-called water in it, if you will. It'd be perfect to make snowmen, but like I said, there's not much on the ground here. So, and it happens that way sometimes. I could tell while I was gone, though, that the wind had blown because I have like a gate. But it's tall. It's taller than one of those, you know, if you had a chain link fence, you know, and they're only, what is that, 4 feet tallish? It's taller than that by about 2 feet. The way somebody put the fence in. I'm just glad the yard's fenced in. And you could tell that the wind had blown the snow right at it. So, yeah. And my daughter, she got cupcakes for my granddaughter. She didn't want a cake. So we had those. And we had ice cream, of course. So, good stuff. I came home, about 5:30 or so. I thought, well, if it's going to keep snowing, you know, I better go home, you know, so I can actually get home. And it was fine. The roads were like slushy wet. So, it was not a big hairy deal at all. So, I was glad for that. Oh my goodness. Sorry about the stopping and starting there. I guess I thought there was more there to be had, but there wasn't. So we'll just keep stitching. But I thought I'd start with the red of the flowers. Of course, you know I'd like to start that blue vase, but it's kind of in the middle of everything. So, yeah, that... going the wrong way. Yeah, that didn't happen. So this was nice and convenient. So I thought we'll just start at the top, and this orange color right here is 310 black, so I didn't want to start with that. So moving right along. Didn't watch anything new or exciting on Netflix. Just put one of my, what do you call it, series things on and just let it run. Not like I was paying a whole lot of attention. So I'm glad to be going back to work today. Give me something else new and different to do. Oh, for pity's sake. We just keep putting the wrong stitch in. That's what happens when I talk sometimes and try to stitch at the same time. This is very nice and clear, where you can see all the, what do you call it, all the symbols. I'll try to get you in closer. Try to get the light on this subject. So yeah, I did a lot of, I mean, it doesn't look like I did a lot of stitching, but I just stitched, and sometimes I sat in my rocking chair, and sometimes I didn't. Yesterday afternoon when I got back, of course, I didn't do that because it was starting to get gray and cloudy and yucky. So I just closed the drapes and sat down and put on Netflix and kept on moving. So this looks like it would be pretty when it's done. We'll see if it needs any back stitching. I don't think it calls for any. Hold that thought. Gotta look. Oh, there is some back stitching, but you know, like on that vase. So it does have French knot, half cross stitch. There's some right in here. Huh. Number 5. Get this. Let me show you this. This is so weird. Okay, so this dark orange is full cross 310 black. But right up next to it, can you see that light orange symbol? That's all half cross stitch 310 black. Okay. I don't know who decided that would be a good idea, but here we are. One thing at a time. I worry more about getting the stitching done. But yeah, I was going right along on Amsterdam. I moved from that second building that I did the, where am I at? The video on, to the one that was more like right here, and here's the one I actually worked on. So I'm working on a building like right in here. So it's going really well. It was easier to get to. I'm avoiding the sky like a plague because I'm going to have to use probably the paper pattern to see what the heck is going on, because I can't cipher in between it what it was. So I didn't need that kind of stress. I just wanted to stitch. It happens. So I went and started a whole total different building. I watched a little bit of YouTube. I watched Natalia, Lovecraft Forever. What was she working on? She just started something new. What the heck was it? Oh my goodness. Oh, no, she didn't start something new. She was working on something house. Look, it's like a winter scene, but I can't remember what it's called. It's by Joy Sunday, too. I don't remember. But, yeah, it was really nice. And I watched Stitchin. I watched the Swinny Switch Effect. Corey. She got some new stuff in. Very nice, very nice. And who else did I watch? I watched, dagnabbit, I don't remember. Ugh, just goes out of my brain. Tracy at, I want to say Stitch World. I don't remember what her YouTube name is. But she had some stuff that she was looking at. I watched Jill from Jill Green. She got some new kits in, and she started on her. It was like a picture of Minnie and Mickey Mouse. If I could just talk today, we're gonna have a problem when I get to work, because I gotta talk to people. Minnie and Mickey Mouse, and they were like on a boat. I think it's called Sail Away. So that was kind of cute. So I watched all that. And Mr. Disney, that's her cat. He loves to play with all her little doodads. Contrary to Jill's want to. He likes her clips and stuff that make noise and flip around. Now, Chubby will not even mess with anything in my presence. I've caught her once or twice. Well, more than once or twice, but she's played with those little mice that Jill got her. And I had some. Yeah, she's completely lost them under the bed. You know, about every 3 months I've got to sweep underneath the bed to get whatever somebody has batted under there. I had a whole bunch of... I got this bag of toys for Chubby, and I put them in that little Watson hut thing that I bought. It's like a little cat in and out house. I mean, you know, it has a hole at the top and a hole on the sides, and they can go through it and everything. So I threw all these toys in there trying to entice her to get in there and play. Well, you know, it sat there for months on end, and she has gotten all the toys out of there, and they're in 4 corners of the bedroom, for sure. But other than those mice, I don't see her playing with too much of anything. She just lays on the bed, and if she's just not laying on the bed, she's hiding in this front room over there. There's a front, you could have used it as a bedroom, and it's got just a bathtub. I'm not a bathtub. It's got a toilet and a sink in there. So is that a quarter bath? I don't remember what they call that, but I use it for storage. That's where all the storage bins of kits are at. But she likes to go in there and sit, and sometimes I'll catch her looking out the window. And there's some blankets in there, you know, that I don't use I don't use all the blankets in the winter time. And I had that other blanket on the couch I used to have, but I moved it into there because just wasn't using it. It was just taking up space in the front room. So she'll go in there and lay on that. But I did notice I have a antique chest. It's maybe 10 inches this way, and it's real short to the ground. It might be like 2.5 feet off the ground, and it's you know, it sits up, and then it's about 3 feet long. It belonged to my grandmother, and I put when my mother passed, my sister gave me these lamps that my mother had had for 500 years when I was growing up, and they had actually belonged to some to her and some to my grandmother, but they had them in their bedrooms on their dressers. Now, mind you, they had huge dressers, like those long dressers with the mirror and everything. So I have no place to set them, so I put them in that thing and covered them up with other blankets that I'm not ever using. But anyway, when my friend from Arizona came, I had to have a place to set their suitcase, so I cleaned that off. And then they left, so now it's empty. So I noticed that she's been in and out of the drapes, looking outside, because I can see that it's kind of disarrayed when I get home, and nobody else would have touched it. It's not like I open those drapes up every day. So I know she's been sitting on that, looking out. And it was so funny, I was sitting here stitching on the couch, not paying too much attention. Here come the cat. And I had that drape where the bird feeder is, and the birds were out there eating, and they kind of made a movement. And she stopped, and she looked, and she looked. She didn't make any attempt to get in my chair so she could get a better view. Nothing. No. She was like, oh, okay, you're out there. She's not what you'd call real active. I don't know. Maybe sooner or later, who knows. And the other day, I came out from taking a nap and came into the front room, and she was sitting in my spot where I sit and stitch. She got down as soon as I got there, but other than that, she doesn't go any other places other than the bathroom. You know, she likes to sleep in the tub. Crazy cat. It's 35 degrees outside, and you're going to sleep in the tub? Brr. That's her latest hidey hole. So we'll see. At least this has some bigger areas on it. It's, not confetti. Things are in rivers. So that's a good thing. I get a little tired of doing that confetti. I was going to do a Stitch With Me on New Orleans. I opened it up and went, nope. I couldn't find any clear place where I could stitch, like I'm stitching right now, this whole section. Yeah, no. That didn't work. Tried to make a hour-long video, and then it wouldn't upload. So I had to redo it. So I guess no hour-long videos for us. Not unless I do it in 2 parts. Short of that, yeah. So no grand plans this week that I know of. I might go to my daughter's on Thursday, but short of that, I don't think we have anywhere to go this week. We're usually doing good to get the bills paid and pay attention and get the groceries in for the weekend, but other than that, not a whole bunch of plans. It's too wet to go out and walk around, so that'll have to wait at least until the end of April, at the rate we're going with all this sloppy snow. I mean, we barely got it dried out from, when was that? Last week's snow. So, or the week before, I should say. So, yay. Fun times. And then it'll probably rain. Gosh, I hope not. Alright, guys. Let me get that where it needs to be. Well, we got that much done. But see, there's another little bitty space right there of that green that I was stitching on. Well, thank you for joining me today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.